Okay, guys, I'm going to share something with you that I wrote last year, and I think it's really beautiful. And you can make up your own minds, but it's basically to acknowledge our own magnificence. And this picture that I've got up here is a reminder to me, there's so much beauty in this world, and we can get so lost in and be out of our bodies, and we forget to be grounded. And we're going through a period of time, clearly all of us, where we need to be reminded, and not lose our passion for what we know to be right for us, and also to move in a direction where we're keeping our cortisol levels low and looking after ourselves with our food and all of the different things that we get into. And we're all resolving money and whatever's going on right now. But here's something that I want to share that is just something that will bring you back down to the reality of who you are and to realign. So I'm going to start here. This is what I wrote. So, I am a beautiful child of the universe. I am here to live life beautifully and fully, and it is safe for me to be transparent and live in truth. I have a beautiful soul, and I am a beautiful soul. I have complete freedom to live fully in any way that I want. I am stunning. I hold and I nurture myself fully. I care for myself and I have deep compassion for myself. I am doing my work beautifully. I am integrating all that is beauty in me. I am living fully from my heart. My mind is a glorious work of art and part of God's source, the universe infinite. I am available to myself fully at all times. I am held. I am smart, qualified, and clever. I am a genius. There is a beauty in every part of me. I have all the time that I need and all of the time that I want to do all of the things that I wish to do and wish to learn. I am doing my life's work beautifully. My consciousness is outstanding. I have no need to judge myself, nor doubt myself or my sweetness. My beauty and my strength shines through. I am unique. There is no other soul like me. I have deep compassion and love for myself. I trust all within, all of my being. All my fears and all anxiety is leaving me now. I am fully aware of infinity, and for that I am fearless. My strength amazes me. The path is mine for the taking. I am acknowledged and admired. I am loved. I am heard and I am free. I have nothing to prove. I have enormous courage. I live in truth. I have no fear of confrontation, of whatever needs to be confronted. I release all that is no good for me with ease. There is no need for me to look for direction in love, for I am loved. There is time for everything. I walk in grace, aware of the divine beauty that I am. My soul is a child of God's source and the universe. I am in deep gratitude for my attitude, and it is beautiful, deep, and grounded. I am thankful for all of the experiences that have brought me to who I am at this point in my life today. I have the correct structure in my life, and I have full freedom, and I am living fully from my heart. So there you go. And I wrote that in 2019. This is an image. I just want to talk a bit about imagery. Something that I was reading in the last week, Audible actually, I'm listening to it on Audible. It's called The Silver Method. And it talks about how we can take an image of a situation right now that's in front of us that may seem very uncomfortable and hard. So if you can, look at this beautiful image here, for instance, like, if we just step into that, and the silver method is basically saying we get to count down into, if you do things like you count back from, when you wake up in the morning, one of the tips was, for example, if you count back from 50 to 1, so an example would be, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, all the way back to 1. What we're doing is we're taking the brain into alpha method, the alpha state, which puts us in a relaxed state. And then what we can do when we get to that state, it's a bit more complex, but you could just try this yourself. So you count back, you could get relaxed and you count back from maybe 100 to 1, or 50 to 1, or 20 to 1, whatever you want to count back from and to. But you want to get to the 1 point. And then what you do is if you have an image in your mind of a problem that you've got right now and see it in front of you, and then you take your eyes, with your eyes closed, 15, points to the 15 degrees to the left, and then you see yourself taking action to solve that problem. And then you really look at all of the details that you're doing to solve that problem. And then you take your eyes another 15 degrees to the left, and then you see the outcome to that problem and the problem solved. Because what we think we've got to get to a point is understanding that when we've been through trauma and such things, we're looping through no fault of our own the problems that we've been through. And as a result, we might have problems in our life as a result of unhealed wounds, which we've got to heal. So we can use so many tips and tools, like you can use imagery, like this beautiful picture I'm showing you right now. There's loads of images. There's something called unsplash.com, unsplash.com, and there's loads of beautiful free pictures on there. So you could have a look on that. But what we want to do is start doing things that are changing the imagery from the past and then solving our problems, because we're so stuck. People who've not been through abuse as not solving problems, and we don't realize that this is what we're here to do, that life is going to bring problems our way, and as adults it's our job to solve them. And as we solve problems and we help other people solve their problems, we're making the world a better place. So the last slide I'm going to show you is this slide here, on a note of me just talking about problems. So the idea is, do you have a problem? And if you haven't got a problem, then don't worry. This is really simple. But do you have a problem? And if it's yes, can you do something about it? Yes. Then what we've got to do is get to this visual place where we're taking the steps and not being stuck in procrastination, because it's so easy to get stuck. My life played out like that, and I find that came from my childhood trauma, where I was expecting myself to be perfect, that I was 40, there was something wrong with me. I believed that the abuse that I suffered was because I had some impediment, or there was something wrong with me and that I caused it. Also getting into spiritual groups where people were telling me, people who've not been through such heavy abuse were saying, oh, you chose that was your choice, that's your karma. And some people have been through such heinous stuff that to even say to them that that's their karma is quite cruel, if you think about it. And none of us actually know what the absolute truth is on such things. So people suggesting that, child abuse is somebody's karma is very unkind. Getting back to this, so what we do need to do is that we need to stop the perfectionist game with ourselves, and also the recreating of crisis, which again isn't our fault. It's just that, in order to feel safe, we might feel safer in anxiety and stress mode. So we recreate. And I don't believe in so much in the law of attraction, because ultimately we're complex creatures, extremely complex. But what I do not so much believe, but know that as we begin to do our inner work, we begin to evolve the childhood stuff that was painful, or even the adult stuff that's been painful. And that somehow when we get to the point of understanding it's not all or nothing, we're more accepting when we have, a bad day or a difficult day, and then we were able to, guide ourselves and start achieving things that we want to achieve. And something else that I came across the other day, if you think of 10 things that you would like to achieve in the next year, and go for it. We've got time on our hands at the moment, and we can look after ourselves and we can evolve. I hope this is, useful to you, what I've shown you. It's a bit of a mixed bag here of things that I'm telling you, but it all adds up to the same thing, that we're here to, gain knowledge and then to evolve and create life that we actually do want to, you know, live, and that we feel comfortable with in ourselves. But yes, it is complex. So, you know, be easy on yourself. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to stop share. And then I'll be back next week with, you know, a couple of more things, or this week, not next week, this week. Catch you later.